For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy Newmarch, and I'm the Product Manager for Strata Master. I've been with MRI for 3.5 years, and I started as the Customer Loyalty Manager for all of our Strata customers, and then transitioned to Product Management 2 years ago. Today, I'm going to be talking you through all of the great stuff we have coming in version 14 of Strata Master, from Macquarie Direct Debit, Stratavote, Strata Connect, and some core Strata Master enhancements. At the end, I'll run through some next steps, and we'll also have a Q&A session. So let's get started. Okay, first up is Macquarie Direct Debit. There is no denying that owners and agents forget to pay their levies, despite you sending out their levy notice to them well in advance. Or worse, they pay their levies, but they haven't updated the payment amount since the new budget was struck at the AGM. These situations happen all too often and lead to more work for your team and eventually debt recovery. Strata Master version 14 will solve this problem for our agencies who bank with Macquarie. You will now be able to offer direct debit as a payment method to your portfolio with the introduction of Macquarie Direct Debit. The first step is to let people know that direct debit is now available, and there are multiple ways in which you can communicate this to your customers. We have added the ability to send out invitations directly from Deft. We've introduced send invitation buttons to the owner card if you just want to send an invitation to a particular owner. We've also got a button on the corp screen if you want to send the invitation to multiple owners. And for those customers who want to send the invitation out to your whole portfolio straight away, we have also created a new direct debit invitation wizard, which allows you to send out those invitations to your whole portfolio in just a few clicks. What's more, the sign-up process is super simple for your owners. When you send a direct debit email, they will receive an email containing a link to the Deft site. Once they've registered with Deft, if they haven't done that previously, they simply copy their reference number that was sent to them in the email, choose direct debit, and then enter the payment invitation. What's great is they can also update these payment method or preferences at any time on the Deft site. This also provides benefits for your agency, as unlike typical paper-based direct debit authorities that you need to store for 7 years, this is digital, removing the need for paper forms or filing. And it's also safe and secure, as Strata Master does not store any of the bank account details information in Strata Master. Deft stores it all in the digital wallet for you. Now for the important part, requesting the direct debits. We've created a new direct debit processing screen in Strata Master, which you'll need to process this every day just after you've processed your downloaded bank statement and dealt with any exceptions. This will ensure that when you process your direct debit requests, any contacts that have just signed up for direct debit will be included, and any payments that they have previously made the previous day are then receipted in Strata Master. Direct debit payments will be included in your TXN file the next day, and if for any reason the owner didn't have sufficient funds in their account, Strata Master will do the hard work for you, as they'll find the maximum transaction and then automatically reverse that payment for you. Macquarie Direct Debit will be a great addition to Strata Master, where owners may be overseas or they just want the convenience of direct debit. Levies and special levies can be debited when they fall due directly from Strata Master. Okay, so up next we have Stratavote. Meeting management is an extremely time-consuming task for Strata managers, starting with your agenda preparation, your notice delivery, hosting the meeting itself, right through to the minutes, and then all of the action items that following. It's a hard task for AGMs, let alone all of the ad hoc meetings that you need to conduct throughout the year to keep your communities running smoothly. The Stratavote integration with Strata Master will add unrivaled meeting and electronic voting functionality to Strata Master, allowing you to manage your meetings and your communities effectively and focus your staff time where it really counts. So who are Stratavote? Let's watch a short video together to learn more about them and why our customers are already using their platform. So, as the video shows, Stratavote has extensive template configuration and business rules that create consistent and compliant motions, meetings, and documentations in just a few clicks. You will no longer need to spend unnecessary time adjusting the formatting of your meeting documentation. The Strata managers that are already using the platform love that there's no more cutting and pasting and formatting. The agendas and minutes are produced effortlessly from your templates. And when you implement Stratavote, your agendas and minutes can look how you want them to look, ensuring that the documentation being sent to your customers is on brand and stands out to the rest. And we all know that lot owner participation and satisfaction is key. With Stratavote, lot owners can participate quickly, easily, and even remotely. And this convenience leads to quicker decisions and more satisfied lot owners who will want to recommend you to their families, friends, and colleagues. And implementing a new software can always seem a bit scary, but Stratavote will work closely with you and your team to successfully implement Stratavote into your office so you and your owners can start seeing the benefits straight away. Great, so moving on now to Strata Connect. You have told us that your Strata managers spend hours each day just dealing with maintenance alone. You're chasing tradies who haven't responded to a work order or your quote request, or even worse, not turned up on site when they said they would. And you're fielding multiple calls from owners, residents, and agents trying to get multiple quotes and invoices approved at any one time. You've told us that you want to proactively manage your portfolio, not reactively, and you want time back in your Strata manager's day so they can focus on the important stuff, not just the maintenance and all of the admin that's currently associated with it. So Strata Connect will solve all of these problems for you. It has extensive maintenance and community engagement functionality to make your job even easier. We've got work order process management, quote and invoice processing, communication tools, virtual maintenance managers, interactive building profiles, supply compliance, and more. Lot owners, tenants, and agents will easily be able to lodge and track maintenance requests in Strata Connect. There's clear transparency for all of your contacts, removing the need for people to constantly chase you for updates or have 20 owners calling you all at once to let you know that the lift is broken. Strata Connect's customizable workflows reduces the manual processes that currently exist in your office. You can set automatic reminders to your tradies when they haven't responded to a work order or quote request. And you won't need to wait until you're putting together an AGM notice to notice you're still missing that one quote for the leaking roof. You can also gain approvals for quotes and invoices in record time. The customizable workflows will automatically begin when an invoice or quote needs approval. Once more, you can have those approvers as internal approvers and external approvers. So you can really tailor it to suit all of your building's needs. Strata Connect has an awesome dashboard that provides you with a snapshot of all your maintenance-related data, including things like number of work requests, number of invoices you have to action, or even your average invoice approval time. You can also clearly see your upcoming task and your overdue tasks as soon as you launch Strata Connect from within Strata Master. Strata Connect also has a brilliant contractor profile that allows you to see all of the contractor's information. For example, a list of the recent jobs that they have completed and any reviews that have been left for them. The profile also tells you some key information: how many jobs they're quoting on, how many jobs they've completed, how many jobs they have open at the moment, and a really important one, their quote response rate. We also have the interactive building profile, which provides your owners and residents with easy access to important information about their building. They can lodge maintenance requests with ease, as well as view any upcoming works that are scheduled at the property. What's also great is your strata managers can pin important documents such as bylaws or meeting notices or certificates of currency at the top of the page, so your owners won't need to call you when they can't find a particular document. There's also even a virtual notice board where strata managers can type in important announcements that everybody needs to be made aware of. We've also got some awesome communication tools. So with Strata Connect chat functionality, you can create individual chat rooms regarding a specific invoice, job, or even a document. This will assist in reducing the number of email threads that are constantly coming through to your inbox or fielding all those calls from committee members, allowing all of the communication to be collated and stored in one central location. Strata Connect also offers a number of pay-per-use premium features, which I'll run through with you now. So we have invoice data extraction, which uses both OCR and machine learning to populate the data on your invoices, so your staff don't have to spend all those hours every day completing manual data entry. We've also got virtual maintenance managers, which help you get your maintenance jobs resolved quickly. By assigning a virtual maintenance manager to do the hard work for you, they'll take your job right through from start to finish. And finally, we have Supplier Compliance, covering you, ensuring that all of your creditors are fully compliant. You have access to their compliance status and insurance details in real time, so you know the information is current and correct. If you would like to see some further information on Strata Connect and actually see it in action, make sure you attend the session right after this one at 11:15 a.m. Digitize your agency with Strata Connect. As well as the fantastic new features I have just taken you through, we have also made some great enhancement to the core areas of Strata Master, thanks to your suggestions and your votes in our user voice platform. First up, we have building managers. So we've introduced a new building manager contact type, allowing you to assign building managers to your buildings, as well as easily communicate with them via both SMS and email. You will also be able to add your building managers to your committee tab if you want to include them in your committee comms, or you also want them to receive interim reporting. Building managers will also be available for selection in both the reported by and access contact fields when you're sending a work order or quote request. You can also even configure them as the default repairs and maintenance contact. Now I'm going to hand off to Gavin, who's going to give us a quick demo of the new building manager contact in action.
Thanks so much, Amy, and hello to everyone tuning in. We have so many exciting features coming out in version 14, as you've mentioned, but we thought we'd add a little sneak peek to help get everyone as excited as we are. The Building Manager updates to Strata Master are the first item on our list. Strata Master now has the ability to add a Building Manager as a contact type, link that Building Manager to owners' corporations, and then use the Building Manager contacts for various purposes. Each Building Manager contact will be created from the Manage menu, similar to a real estate agent contact. We can simply select the Building Manager contact and click the binoculars to view a list of all building managers created in this database. A quick double click will open the contact record for this building manager, or of course clicking New will allow you to create a fresh building manager. Once you've created a building manager, you can then link it to your owners' corporations. Opening the corporation screen will now present a new Building Managers tab along the left side. Here you will see a blank contact record, able to attach your newly created building manager, as well as input any notes pertinent to this building manager. One of the key benefits of this new Building Manager contact is the ability for the building manager to receive committee reports, as well as allowing building managers the opportunity to access the portals and approve invoices if desired. We can simply set up the building manager with web access as we would for any other lot, and we can create a position for the building manager in the Committee tab of the Corp screen. Coupled with this new addition is the ability for non-lot owner committee members to access the portals to approve invoices, giving you that little extra boost to your invoice approval process.
Awesome, thanks Gavin. Next up is the Levy Wizard. And completing your monthly levy run is never fun, but now you'll be able to generate your levy notices via both print and email at the same time. This now means when your levy contact has a delivery method preference of print, your additional contacts will now also receive a copy of that levy notice via email. We've also made some improvements to the way in which levy notice display when the payment is due. So when you're issuing a levy notice for a lot that has arrears and interest outstanding, the levy notice will now display when the levy payment is due and also clearly state that any arrears and interest is due immediately. No longer will your owners get confused about what is due and when. And to make things even easier for your owners, when a levy notice is issued via email, the amount and due date will now be included in the body of the email, so they won't even need to open up the levy notice. We've also introduced a great new SMS option for our agencies who are using SMS. I'm sure you always have owners calling your office to say they haven't received their levy notice, even though you can prove that you've sent it. So now we've added an additional option on the Levy Wizard, where you can select to send an SMS at the time you're issuing the levy notice, drawing even more attention to the levy notice for your owners. Now moving on to debt recovery. You've told us that your additional contacts get frustrated when they haven't been told that their lot has entered the debt recovery process. So now, when you have your additional contacts recorded against a lot, they will also receive the debt recovery notice along with the levy notice. So your levy contact and additional contacts will now always be on the same page. We know that having easy access to certain information is crucial, especially when you have an owner on the phone. So we've added the CRN and Billico fields to the Levies tab of the owner card, making it even easier to check and share these with your contacts. You've also told us that you want to be able to copy and paste certain information, such as the TFN, ABN and bank account details without going into edit mode, so we've also made that change for you. Now moving on to insurance. We've also made some small changes to the insurance tab by adding icons to help making updating or entering insurance coverage details much easier. You can now select a green plus icon to add an additional line, use the red cross to delete a line, and most importantly, use the arrows to move the line details up and down, making it super easy to maintain an order sequence in line with what is shown on the insurance policy. Okay, so now moving on to maintenance. You have told us that you want to be able to flag to your tradies that a work order is urgent. So we have added the work order and quote subjects into the subject line of the maintenance email templates, making it easier for your creditors to see what the request is actually about. You will also now be able to add attachment to quote requests in the same way that you currently can with your work orders. And for those of you who are showing your maintenance details on your Strata portal, work orders with a status of removed will no longer show on that tab. So any work orders that have been added into the incorrect building by mistake will no longer be able to be seen by your owners. Keeping on top of owner updates is never easy, and we have created a new contact wizard that allows you to quickly update the delivery method preference for your contacts. The new wizard allows you to select an owner. It will then display any of the linked lots and then allows you to adjust their delivery method preference for any of the lots to suit your requirements. Updates to these delivery preferences can be made for the levy contact, notices contact, and your correspondence contact. And what's also great is any changes to the delivery method preference that take part in the wizard will be displayed on your audit trail report. Okay, now I'm going to hand off to Gavin again, who's going to give us a quick demo of the new wizard in action.
The other new function I wanted to share is the Owner Delivery Method Wizard. Version 14 will bring you a brand new wizard, allowing you to select an owner, display their linked lots, and then adjust their delivery method preferences for any of these lots to suit specific requirements. There's no longer a need to manually adjust the preference for your owners with multiple lots. We can just jump into the wizard, select our owner, and we can update preferences for levy contacts, notices contacts, and correspondence contacts. Our audit trail report will also track all of these changes, keeping your reporting capability in line with changes to owner details. Thanks so much again, Amy, and back over to you.
Great, thanks Gavin. Moving on to additional contacts. So to improve the visibility of communications across your portfolio, we have added an additional option to the agency configuration screen for additional contacts. You will now be able to select and include additional contacts in the CC field option. When this is selected, emails from the contact card, Levy Wizard, and owner invoices will include your additional contacts in the CC field instead of the BCC field, to make it clear to the primary contact that any additional contacts have also received the correspondence. Some of the Strata Master enhancements that are coming your way. Don't forget to keep an eye on user voice as we update the entries to let you know as soon as they're in development. So in summary, Macquarie Direct Debit will deliver a digital and efficient way to manage payments moving forward to make things easier not only for you but for your owners. And Stratavote will take your meetings and votings to the next level by dramatically decreasing staff admin time through automation. And Strata Connect will deliver the technology you want and need to be able to proactively manage your portfolio moving forward. And not forgetting all of the enhancements to Strata Master's core, the small changes that will have a big impact on your day-to-day. As you can see, we have lots of awesome new things coming your way in version 14, and it's set to be our biggest release ever. And I'm so excited for everyone to get their hands on the update and start using it. So next steps. Don't forget to attend the next session at 11:15, Digitize Your Agency with Strata Connect. And if you're interested in seeing more of Stratavote, please contact your account executive, Sam Cochran. And please don't forget to keep leaving your feedback and casting your votes in user voice, which can be accessed directly from Strata Master, or feel free to reach out to me directly. Keep an eye out for the version 14 upgrade details and the release notes, which will land in your inbox in the next few months.